Here's the preview of the Duke versus Texas Tech men's basketball game. This is one of those pick'em games, and that is on Thursday at 8:39 p.m. Central Time. And Texas Tech's only favored by a point. But what's crazy is Duke is the 2 seed, but Texas Tech is the 3 seed. And the matchup predictor right now has Texas Tech favored 53.7%. But, at this point, does it really matter? No, because upsets can happen. But Texas Tech offensively has scored 72.1 points per game. Duke has scored 80.3 points per game. But Texas Tech allows 57.5 points per game. But Duke allows 68.5 points per game. Rebounding, Duke has the slightest of edge, 38.2 compared to Texas Tech's 36.5. But blocks, Duke owns the edge, 5.7 points per game. Texas Tech's 3.5. And steals per game, Texas Tech owns the edge, 5.1 points per game, 6.4 steals per game. Steals per game for both teams. Some players to keep an eye on for Texas Tech, obviously, are the following. Bryson Williams, who averages 13.9 points per game. Terrence Shannon Jr., 10.5 points per game. Kevin O'Banner, who was at Oral Roberts last year when they made that Sweet 16 run, 10 points per game. Kevin McCullough, 9.9 points per game. Davion Moore, 9.7 points per game. Adonis Arms, 8.4 points per game. Marcus Santos Silva, who was actually a starter last year, and now he's coming off the bench, 4.8 points per game. Clarence Dolney is 3.6 points per game. And that's just to name some guys on. And the tallest guy on Texas Tech, obviously, I just wonder if they can match up with Duke's size potentially, because I know they got a really good player in Paulo Banchero. He's averaging 17 points per game, and he is at 6'10", 250 pounds. But don't get me wrong, Texas Tech have guys at 6'8", 6'9", but it's going to be a challenge with a guy like that. Wendell Mitchell Jr., who is actually a forward as well, but he's on 6'5", which I don't consider that a forward. I'm going to say he's a guard, but whatever. Trevor Keels is 11.7 points per game. Mark Williams, and he's 11.2 points per game. And he's 7 feet, 242 pounds. And I'm pretty sure he's a starter for Duke. AJ Griffin, 10.3 points per game. So as you could tell, Duke has more double-digit scores, but Texas Tech could score with them a little bit. And AJ Griffin is 6'6", 222 pounds. Jeremy Roach is 8.4 points per game. Joey Baker, 4.5 points per game. Theo John, 2.8 points per game. Paige Jones, 1.5 points per game. But as you could tell, and Duke does have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys that could shoot the three above 30%, which that might be crucial in this game because Texas Tech is a very, very sound defensive team all this year. But Texas Tech does have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys as well. So they match up pretty well with each other. I just wonder who's going to have the ultimate edge here. And Duke is 26-3 when they score 70 or more, which that's insane when they score that much. And for Texas Tech, they're 2-4 whenever they allow that, which is almost half their losses, but not exactly half, as you can tell, because Texas Tech is 27-9. So basically, if you're Texas Tech defensively, don't allow 70 or more. Because whenever Duke scores that much, they're hard to beat. But at the same token, they're not unbeatable. They're not. They have 6 losses. And I'm going to start on defensively for Texas Tech. You've got to find a way to limit those big guys for Duke, and you got to limit those 3-point shooters as well as the slashers, and limit the second chance points, fast break points, points off turnovers, especially when it's a game like this where that could be the ultimate difference besides the bench points. Besides that, I mean, and just as a side note, it'll be interesting how this game is called because it's going to be a grinded out type of game, I believe. For Duke, defensively, you got to find a way to contain those slashers and shooters, like I said, what Texas Tech needs to do. And you got to find a way to shut down their best players or slow them down or at least negate the other players in order to have a chance to win and limit the fast break points, second chance points, points off turnovers. Because Texas Tech will get out and score points off of turnovers a lot. Just like Duke can whenever they force turnovers, which I don't know. Now, offensively for Texas Tech, you got to find a way to score on Duke because Duke does not, sure, you got to find a way to keep yourself in the game offensively because Duke is going to be having their shots too. I mean, they're going to, but your defense should need to step up more in this game than ever. But you need to make some threes in this game. Get some second chance points, fast break points, points off turnovers. I mean, you got to take care of the ball is number one. And I know at times Texas Tech has been quiet offensively for stretches. And you cannot have that in this game as much as possible because if you allow Duke to score and you can't score, you're in trouble. Now, for Duke offensively, you got to take care of the ball, number one, because Texas Tech will go out and run and get points off turnovers. So you need to get some points off turnovers on offense, second chance points, transition, points off turnovers, which I know I already just said. Just want to go through it again. And second chance, fast break, and points off turnovers. Yeah. Now I covered every basis on the points off thing. You also got to find a way to score on Texas Tech because I know you have to be creative and you in this game. You got to hit the glass on both teams and you got to limit the foul trouble because it might come down to, and you got to make your free throws count on both sides here. Not just one side, but both teams need to do that if you can, because that could be very well the biggest difference in this game, because sometimes it's either won or lost at the free throw line. It's just one of those grinded out games here, and I'm not going to predict who's going to win, but if it's 70 or more, Duke is probably going to win. But if it's 70 or less, anybody's ball game. I mean, it's the truth. Anyways, if you like this content, hit the like and subscribe button. See you guys later. Let's get me up to 400 subscribers or more by the end of this year.